So I binged again, which is actually funny because this week I have recorded and posted two videos where I'm sharing my binge eating recovery journey, where I'm talking about some tools that helping me, some strategies that I use in order to deal with urges, and especially I'm talking about self-talk after binge eating and how important it is in order to break this binge guilt cycle. And just the next day after I recorded this last video, I had binge eating episode, heavy one. And honestly, yeah, definitely I feel sad about it. I feel disappointed. This is not something I would like to happen. This is something that I would like to recover from, right? That's why I'm on this kind of binge eating recovery journey. But at the same time, I'm proud of myself, proud of my progress, because the way I handle it now, the way I talk to myself, the way I react to what happened is so much different than it used to, that it gives me hope. It gives me motivation to continue doing something, because the place where I am right now, even after binge eating, it's so much different comparing to the place I've been even a year ago. So what actually happened? A short story. So this week I was pretty active. The weather is not so hot here anymore, so practically every day I'm going to park or forest for my walk, and I'm doing also exercises outside, and I'm eating very healthy, you know. I'm eating protein, I'm eating my fiber, I'm also not restricting myself. Like I had sweet desserts this week as well, so actually I felt pretty good, pretty confident. It's a good week. So yesterday it was really rainy and cold, and I couldn't go out for my walk, so I did my walking routine on a treadmill. And since it was so kind of dark and gloomy, and my husband was also at home, so we decided to have some kind of family time, this kind of lazy fall family time, to drink some hot tea, to make some home sweets, and kind of spend time watching something. So I had pumpkin, so I made a pumpkin tart, really nice one, and I had some pumpkin leftovers, so I decided to make also pumpkin cinnamon rolls. And they are really good. Like I found this nice recipe on TikTok somewhere, and like it turned out to be really good. So we had our lunch, and it was dinner already. So we had our dinner, and after my proper dinner with beans, with some fish, with some salad, I also had a nice big mug of tea with a cinnamon roll, with pumpkin cinnamon roll, and a nice big slice of pumpkin tart. So I ate it, I definitely enjoy it, and I went to kitchen to clean up a little bit and to put everything in the dishwasher. And what happened? I don't know, like I lost control, my brain switched off while I was just like typically cleaning kitchen, doing nothing. This kind of urge came so suddenly, like from nowhere, and like I just grabbed that cinnamon roll and I just ate it. And after I take one more and I ate it. And I don't know how, but in half an hour that I spent in the kitchen, I already like finished half of the tray of those cinnamon rolls and like half of that tart. And eventually I stopped because I was so full that I couldn't put any more food into my body, because I actually had a proper dinner already. I already had a cinnamon roll and a slice of tart, And obviously I couldn't physically put that much food in me already because I was already full. But anyway, like, I don't know, maybe 10 pieces or so, definitely I ate. So I couldn't eat, and I was feeling already very bad. And half an hour later, while I was just kind of sitting there and still drinking the tea to kind of soften the situation, the pain came. And because I was eating so fast, I lost these kind of appetite signals. So half an hour later or 40 minutes later, I had already pain in my stomach, so bad that I couldn't sit anymore. It was uncomfortable. I feel like the area around my stomach kind of feels so bad, and when I was sitting, it was practically choking me from inside. So I went to bed, I lie down, I listened to some music. Luckily, I already know what to do after binge eating, so practically I did everything I told in my last video about that. So I made myself some more tea, because especially hot liquid helps me kind of to soothe the situation. I turned on some music, I put blanket on, I put my hands on my stomach, I did little kind of like some kind of massage, and I was just kind of talking to myself something that typically I believe people need to tell in those situations. Something like, it's okay, it happened, I'm safe. I told myself especially many times that this is the part of the journey. I already know it very well, that recovery doesn't mean absence of binge eating episodes. Recovery means to having them less often and less intensive. So I'm in a good place. I didn't have any binge eating episodes for a while now, so it's pretty normal that now I'm experiencing it, and it was not that intensive. Yeah, obviously I ate a lot, but comparing what I could have eaten, that's practically was nothing. And before I even had these cinnamon rolls and tart, I already had proper meals, so I couldn't eat that much. So actually the situation is good. And even though I was obviously still very upset, I was obviously still disappointed, this voice, this calming voice, definitely is stronger and better now. So this is already like a huge progress comparing to the place I used to be. So it was already kind of late, so I just decided to go to sleep and kind of think about it all in the morning. I didn't want to overthink everything, I didn't want to analyze it, because I was not feeling so good mentally and physically. So I decided morning will be a better time for some kind of self-analysis, for self-talk, etc. So I woke up today in the morning feeling obviously horrible. I was feeling bloated. I still actually feel bloated a bit. I had stomach discomfort, and I had this horrible feeling of dry mouth, like, once you overeat, especially you eat a lot of sugary food, a lot of carbs, you are not drinking enough water, and you wake up with this horrible feeling in your mouth. So I woke up, I had 2 glasses of water, I had a cup of coffee, and I was just planning my breakfast. Again, since I didn't eat very nicely yesterday, I decided that today I'm gonna have a nice proper breakfast with fiber and with protein. So I went to kitchen after my coffee, and what happened again? Of course, I saw those pumpkin cinnamon rolls and pumpkin tart. Before I even saw them, I already felt the smell, because I was making them with these winter spices, like these special pumpkin spices. They have this distinct smell, and like, I don't know, again, my brain gone off, and I just like took 3 cinnamon rolls and I just ate them. After three cinnamon rolls, I was able to stop the urge. I was just kind of talking to myself, that's okay, I'm not hungry, I don't really want them, there is something else that I want, I just feel stressed, etc. But yeah, obviously, again, this morning again I had a next binge eating episode, which is typical, like people have them in a row. This one was less intense. So after this, I understood that now it's actually time to give myself some rest. It's time to give myself some care, because my body is stressed. I just had these 2 binge eating episodes. I feel not so good mentally and physically, so this is like the time to give myself some rest. So I just went to shower. I took a nice long shower. I used my favorite shower gel. I put some lotion on. I went to bed. I took a blanket. I opened a TV series on Netflix. I started rewatching Gilmore Girls. I have a cat now at home. We are babysitting a cat for 2 weeks. So I took that cat to bed. I cuddled with the cat, with blanket, with a series, with the show. And I was there for a couple of hours till I feel like I'm okay. And during this time, again, I was trying to use this positive self-talk, to use some nice words, to describe the situation as typical, as normal, as part of the journey, that it happens to everybody and it's totally okay. I actually felt so much better. And also the weather outside becomes suddenly better. The sun appeared from the sky. And I think it's kind of like, it's like all connected. I was feeling not good, it was cloudy, it was raining, and once I felt better, also the sun showed up. So I felt that my body wants to move a little bit. So I came to this forest now for a light walk. I actually already hit 5 kilometers, which is actually a lot if you think like this. But typically I walk quite a lot, so 5 kilometers for me, it's not such a big distance. And typically I do it like a brisk walking, and today it's like so much lazy walk around. I'm not even using the main road. I'm using this kind of sideways where it's more silent and peaceful, and the weather is now so nice. The smell is so nice after rain, and this kind of leaves, autumn leaves, which have this certain smell. So it's actually very nice. It's actually very peaceful right now, and I feel so much better. And while I'm walking here, especially when I was finishing my 5K, I was thinking how great it is, how powerful is our mind, how powerful is our intention to change something. Because me, 1 year ago, once I had that binge eating episode, those binge eating episodes, I would talk to myself completely differently. I would treat myself completely differently, and I definitely wouldn't be walking in the forest and like smelling the trees or something like this, right? So I came here to relax, and I still feel bloated. And a nice tip, also something that I understood is working very well for me after binge eating, is to wearing some comfortable clothes. So once I kinda in that stage of my life, when I will feel kind of more slim, or like not even slim, when kind of stomach feels flat, not full, I love wearing some kind of tight clothes. It kind of puts me more together. But in the days like today, when I have binge eating episodes, when I feel so bloated, what really works for me is very comfortable and like stretchy clothes. For example, I have pants now. Like, I don't know, they are so stretchy. I guess I can easily put 2 of me in those pants. And I have my big oversized t-shirt, so nothing is squeezing me. I feel like more relaxed, more comfortable. Also at home, before I came here, I was wearing my pajamas, and I have this big, nice, fluffy, oversized pajama that kind of give this loose feeling to the body. So that also helps me a lot, and it makes me feel so much comfortable. And I already have strategy for the next 48 hours that I'm going to do once I had a binge eating episode. In my case, even like 2 binge episodes in a row. So obviously the first thing will be just to keep talking to myself with a positive attitude, with compassion, talk to myself like I really care about myself, tell myself nice words, support myself, because the way is my body dealing with this, the way it's actually even happened to me, deserves care and love, and definitely not punishment. So now I should give my body, I should give my mind, I should give myself as much love, as much support as I possibly can, which includes, again, self-talk, some rest, proper sleep. Obviously, because of binge eating, I didn't sleep properly, so I need to have a good night rest. I need to eat properly, I need to give my body nutrition, so I need to give myself fiber, protein, some healthy food. I need to drink a lot of water, especially warm liquid helps a lot, so like herbal teas, coffee, warm water with lemon, warm water with kind of some seasonal fruits. Sometimes I do, it's actually pretty tasty, and it gives this really nice sense of comfort to the stomach. And tomorrow, when I feel even better than I am right now, I'm planning to do some journaling to answer the questions like what was the trigger that triggered then binge eating, how I felt before, how I felt after, what was the reason, what kind of feeling this food gave me. Was it some kind of comfort? Was it stress relief? Was it entertainment? And I think finding those roots really help to prevent or at least postpone urges, which is also important, because again, recovery, it's not only about not having binge eating episodes. Recovery, it's about being able to postpone them, to reduce them, to make them less intensive. So this is something that I want to give to myself. And kind of the last point I would like to mention here, something that definitely works for me, not only in terms of my binge eating recovery, but also in terms of reaching my other goals that I have set for myself. It's this kind of the right tomorrow mindset, the right tomorrow mentality. Before, once I had something that I called a failure, like a binge eating episode, so my next day, my tomorrow, would be the first day of my journey. So again, I'm starting from the new page. And it feels so hard because you kind of have hundreds and hundreds of first day, multiple trial. But in case you see your failures, your setbacks as a part of your journey, and actually not only in binge eating recovery, but practically in anything that you are trying to reach, there will be setbacks. And setbacks is actually a sign that you are working hard, that you are changing something. So actually, the absence of failure is actually a red flag, because you're supposed to have some failure, because you're supposed to do something more challenging, right? So having this mindset that tomorrow it's not the first day, tomorrow is just another day on my recovery journey. This is something I'm continuing doing. I'm not starting. So I'm not starting again tomorrow or today or whatsoever my binge eating recovery journey. I'm actually on this journey and I'm progressing. And the biggest thing for me now that I would like to share here, that before, once I had these binge eating episodes, my first reaction was actually reaction. So I had reactive behavior. I was trying to restrict myself, I was trying to compensate and walk more or eat less next day. Now I'm not doing it. Now my first reaction is actually talking to myself. And I'm trying to pick up the right words. I'm trying to find the right attitude to me in order to support myself, to support my mind, to support my body, and kind of to support me on this journey. So I hope you find this video useful. What I'm sharing here is only my personal experience, and in no way I'm qualified to give anybody any kind of advice in terms of binge eating recovery. But I do hope that my examples, my strategies might be helpful for some of you who are dealing with similar issues. So thank you for staying here with me. Please, if you like this video, like it and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon.